and welcome back to the Tide Sew Along. This is day number 2 and we are going to be using our fabric that we cut out in day 1 and putting together our bodice. So we're going to work on the back bodice and then we're going to be working on adding the front bodice to our back bodice, and that's going to be it for today. So we want to keep it nice and short and simple for, those that work during the day and only have a few hours in the evening, or moms that can only sew after their kids go to bed or during nap time. We want to keep it short and sweet. So that's all we're going to do for today, is just assemble the bodice. So we are going to start with the back bodice. So I'm going to go ahead and put the front bodice pieces aside for now. So with my back bodice pattern piece, I have 4 pattern pieces cut out of my fabric, 2 mirror images and 2 mirror images. So we are going to put 2 of them with right sides together. Put this over so you can visualize it like the pattern. Okay, so we have both of them that are right sides together, and we are going to sew along this angle right here. Okay, so we're going to sew from the top here and go all the way down until we get to this corner. And we're not going to go all the way down here, we're going to stop at this corner. The next thing we need to do is we need to make some markings on our angly pieces here. So I have here a friction pen. This is what I use to mark my fabric when I need to. It is a marker that comes off with heat. Okay. So my marking is right here. So we're going to set one of the sides away, and we're going to open up our piece here. Now we're going to take this corner and match it up to here, just like this. Okay, so I've taken the bottom of here and we are matching it up to the short little edge right here. Okay, so we're gonna sew along from here to our marking, and we are going to stop at the marking. Past the marking, but that's okay. So that's what that looks like. I don't know if you can see it. Okay. Now we're going to do the same with this piece. Okay, so again, I'm lining that up, and we're going to sew from here to here. So let me open it and show you what it looks like. So right now we folded this side up and we sewed. Now we're going to fold the other side up and sew that same piece on the other side. so this is what it's going to look like, something like that. And when we turn it right side out, we will see that it sort of starts to resemble half of a dress bodice. Line up our holes here. There we go. So you should have a hole right there in the middle. And you can see that this side, this is our shoulder seam, and this is our side seam here. Okay, so now we are going to take the other side. We're going to take the kind of rectangular end, and we are going to shove it through this hole that we made here. And then we're just basically going to do the exact same thing that we did with the other half of the bodice on this side. So we're going to line up there. It's going to be a little more beneficial here to use clips or pins. Make sure we get as close as we can to that fabric there. I'm going to pin my markings together here. Okay, and we're going to get nice and close, but we're not going to catch the other half of the bodice in this seam. Okay, so there we go. You can see I made it nice and close to my markings there with my serger seam. There we go. Now the other ones, I'm going to match up those. Again, pin my markings together here. Alright, and we'll sew down to those markings. Once again, I got nice and close there to my markings. I think I even went past it, and I did not catch my fabric, so that's a good sign. There, and now you can sort of see the bodice taking shape here. Okay, so our back bodice is already looking really nice, so we're going to put that aside, and we are going to assemble our main bodice. So we're going to put our pieces simply right sides together. Lining up the edges. Okay. And now we're going to sew only around the neckline. Okay, so I have sewn around my neckline. I'm going to turn it right side out. Okay, we'll press that. But for now, we're going to flip the lining and the main so that this part right here is nice and flat. So we're separating it at the shoulder seam so that these parts are nice and flat. I just kind of flip the lining backwards like that. And we're going to do the same with our back bodice piece. So flip the lining under, kind of. Flip the lining under. Okay, so those shoulder seams are like nice and flat now. Then we're going to flip over our main bodice and put it on top of our back bodice. And we're going to match up those shoulder seams. So make sure those seams are together. Go, and then we are going to sew across the tops here and here. Okay, so you should have something that looks like that now. We can flip it, turn everything all right side out, and we're going to give that a good press. So now we have our front bodice, we have our back bodice, and they are attached at the shoulders. And there you have it. That is it for day number 2 of the Tide Sew Along, and I will meet you back here again tomorrow for day 3. Thanks for watching.